hear me?
Hello.
Hi, nice to meet you. So tell me a few words about yourself and what is your
Uh,
main aim in learning English?
First of all, you're Victoria. If I remember you, you're Victoria.
Yeah, Victoria, Tori, Vicky, as you wish.
Victoria. Vicky. Okay, fine. Vicky, that will be. I think that most easy for me.
All right.
So I'm Ammar al-Ta'i. I'm from Iraq, Baghdad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 40 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I would like to improve my fluency, if I say that correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct when I say improve my fluency in English?
Yes, you can say improve my fluency, or you can just say I would like to improve my speaking skills.
My speaking skills.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. So maybe this is the first time for not for sure. This is my first time to have this lessons with an English tutor,
Mm-hmm.
if I pronounce it well,
Mm-hmm. Tutor.
via Skype. I think that would be useful for me in terms of having the time that is suitable for both of us, and it is not collide will not collide with my business time. And I think that this is one of the things that I want to maximize my time, free time, to for something useful for me, which is the English language. I think this is my one of the main requirements to my current job.
Mm-hmm.
So
Tell me more about your job. So why do you need English in your job?
because I'm now a contractor. I'm contractor. I'm working with the United Nations in Iraq, and
Mm-hmm.
you know that all communications with the UN staff in English. So
Mm-hmm.
I need this. Yes, I'm in need for improving the English, my English or my speaking skills, in
Mm-hmm.
order to communicate with the guys or the people they are working there in my country.
Mm-hmm.
So this is one of the main reasons why I want to have you, and I wish that I can. You can help me in this regard, and therefore I will ask you, what is your I'm not saying what is your strategy, but what is your way to
Mm-hmm.
teach
Mm-hmm.
your
Mm-hmm.
students.
So
Uh,
first, we will begin our lesson with the discussing of your day or your week. So I will ask you like, what did you do yesterday, or what did you do on the weekends? And you can describe me like what did you do on your work? Maybe later you saw your family, or you watched movies, you read some news, or what else happened. Maybe you can tell me about some articles if you read news. You can tell me about the economical situation in your country and about the political situation, or something
Great.
else that happened in the world. So you can tell me like you read recently or you've heard that there was a terror in Sri Lanka, and that 500 people died, and you can tell me how
Oh
do you
my
think
God.
why it happened so, and what's the reasons. Or maybe you, I don't know, you read some cultural I don't know, about maybe some movie festival somewhere. You can tell me about it. So any topic you're interested in, and then I will ask you what plans do you have, and here we can practice the future tense, and you'll tell me like what you are going to do after the lesson, what you're going to do tomorrow on the weekend, next summer, what plans do you have. Some people tell me that they want to travel to other countries, they want to visit their friends, they want to change their job. So you can tell me about some of your plans. Maybe you want to learn something else. Some people tell me about English, so they can tell me like recently I watched some movie in English and we can discuss the main idea of this movie, or they read an article in English and so on. So we'll discuss just what's going on in your life. And
Yes.
if you make some mistakes and I will not understand you, I'll write it down in our chat. And also, you can use Google Translator. Do you know it?
Google Translator. Yes.
All
Yes,
right.
I
So
know it.
if you sometimes it happens so that you want to say something but you forgot the proper word, so you can just
Eh?
look in the dictionary. And if you
Yes.
don't know how to say the whole phrase, no worries, you can write down the whole phrase. And sometimes we can just take some articles in internet that are interesting for you. And if you
Mm.
don't understand the main idea, you can just copy the whole text and paste it in the dictionary and see the translation of the article so that we could discuss the main idea of it. So now you
That's,
can tell me what did you do today, yesterday?
um,
What do you
before,
usually do
yes,
on your
okay, fine.
work? Mm-hmm.
Okay, but I want also to add something. Maybe it will be useful for me also to, for the purpose of improving speaking skills,
Mm-hmm.
not just what you suggested, which is one of the things that I'm already thinking about.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to add, that 1 hour it is very good time. It is
Mm-hmm.
also long time, so you want to use or maximize this time
We can divide
to
and study maybe
yes,
grammar, or what would you
great.
like?
But most important thing for me, if you heard about the 6 minute English from BBC, this is an application you can download it from. If you have a smartphone, you can download it from Apple Store or from Android. So I can select some topics which is important. I can listen to these topics, then I can send it to you,
Mm-hmm.
about 3 topics maximum. We
Mm-hmm.
can discuss a 6 minute English, 6 minute English with about 5, 6 vocabularies, words, new words for me, so I can make a conversation with you based on the 3 topics I selected, and I will send it to you in advance.
Mm-hmm.
Then we can, from time to time, if you don't mind,
Mm-hmm.
to have a copy book just for me. Then you can write down what you heard from me from those topics. Then you can ask me later on in the upcoming sessions for as a review to the previous sessions. You know
Mm-hmm.
that 1 hour is long time,
Mm-hmm.
so we can fill this time with a review
Mm-hmm.
of the new words that I learned from
Mm-hmm.
this application. And also, I want to add something. You can propose it to me in advance. You can send me, for example, an article which is which fits to my
Topic.
job, or
Mm-hmm.
to improve more my skills.
Mm-hmm.
Are you? Do you hear me?
Yes, yes, I can hear you clearly.
Yes. Then something that we can make a conversation based on what you propose, or what I can propose it also as an article. We can discuss it, the main idea, what we can conclude it from this, from something it is from our life, daily life.
Mm-hmm.
So politics, economics, in economy, or something cultural, or some habits, yes, from your country, from my country, something to exchange information between us. So this is second thing. First one, just I want to remind you about the 3 topics I can select it from this application, send it to you in advance. Then do you
Mm-hmm.
have an idea what I will what we can discuss, or what we can make a conversation based on those topics. Second thing, it is the articles or some topics you can propose it to me. Then I can search it from Google or from any website to find out what I can discuss it with you. And the third one is grammar. But grammar, you know that when we make conversation, the grammar, it is yes, it is needed,
but it's
but
not
not
so
very much
important.
comparing with the writing. When we go to the writing, narrative, emails, anything, then the grammar, you know that it is important to be considered. Therefore, something I will give it for 10 to 15 minutes or 10 minutes maximum out of 60 minutes. Are you happy with this way or this method for learning, Vicky?
Yes, sure. And I will also send you two links. You can check it later after our lesson. So the first link is TED.com. So here you can watch different videos.
What say it again?
Have you?
.com?
Yes, TED.com. Have you heard about this website?
Yes. No. Sad the short?
TED. I've sent you the link. TED.com.
Trend. Yes.
Like teddy bear. So this one.
Okay, send it to me, please, because I'm using now my
I've sent it in our
smartphone.
chat.
I'm using out my laptop, and now for the time being, I'm using my smartphone. So late in the next next session, then we can prepare ourselves very well. Not tomorrow because I will be busy, but I will choose a time in a what that fits with your schedule as mine also. So we can start from the next session to go according to what we agreed on. Okay, in terms of the topics from BBC and articles and grammar. For the grammar, I have 4 books. If I remember, it is Headway called. So I will send it to you. It is 4 levels. So maybe we can start from the level 3 because level 1, 2, I'm familiar with it. But from 3 and 4, it is for advanced level. Then I can send it to you. We can start it from this level and level 3, I think. Yes. So later on, I will also discuss with you the second batch of payments. I will send it to you after we finish the first one, which is how much you received 95 euros.
I received €67, but my bank charged me €15. So finally, I received the €60, but that's no problem because next time I think we should find some other way to transfer, but not via bank because you were charged and I was charged, and they should not do it so.
Because I paid about $160 in order to send to you 90 euros. Then you receive just 60 euros?
Yes, I received just 60.
No, that doesn't work. Really?
That's right. So that's how they work.
Do you have Western Union?
Well, I live now in the countryside, so here I have only cows. And theoretically, you can send me Western Union if you will do it like once a week or 1 in 2 weeks, so I can go to the nearest town and receive it in Western Union.
Maybe we can take 4 or 5 sessions up to Ramadan. You know Ramadan
yes,
Holy.
Sure.
It is next week. So maybe I will not find, maybe once a week I can have a session with you, and other days I will not be able. So what about, can we have also a session during the weekend, our weekend, Fridays and Saturdays?
Yes,
so
sure.
Are you happy to have on Saturdays, Friday and Saturday sessions? That works for you?
Yes, it's good for me on Saturday or Friday, any day.
Very good, very good. That's also very. I think that will be useful for me also, because I cannot find free time just during weekends or in the evening late hours. So we can schedule our plan for in advance to see whether if you are available or free during the time and days that I will send it to you.
After
And
10 p.m., I'm
yes,
usually free. So after 10 p.m. every day, you can have
so
lessons.
say again.
After 10
Uh,
p.m., every evening, I am
yes,
free, usually.
10 p.m.
Yes.
That's also very good time for me. 10 p.m. like this time.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, fine. Because now it is in my country it is 11. Okay,
Mm-hmm. All
so
right.
okay, and also for the time, I'm very happy with the time you
Mm-hmm.
propose it during the weekends. That's also great for me. And during Ramadan, maybe we can take 1 or 2 sessions a week.
Mm-hmm.
And for the second batch of payment, I will increase the payments up to about 200 euros because I want this to be continued with you for end of the current year.
Mm-hmm.
And who knows, maybe I will extend it to the second year, because you know that English every day, because when I go to the this application, the 6 minute from BBC,
Mm-hmm.
I found about hundreds of tell me episodes or
Mm-hmm.
lessons.
Mm-hmm.
So I want also to go through all of them and to yes from to, and you know that not just for to go through the 3 topics that I propose, but I want also from you from time to time to
Mm-hmm.
remind me how to go back to the topics. This is why I ask you to have a copy book just for me.
Mm-hmm.
Give a name, Ammar Ta'i. I will tell you my name.
Mm-hmm.
So I want from you also from time to time to revisit to the vocabularies we learned from those applications. I'm from you because I
Mm-hmm.
want you to correct my language.
Mm-hmm.
My if I say something it is wrong or it is inappropriate, so you can send. You have to tell or you have to say that better than saying that. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Yes,
so
sure.
yes, so this is very important for me, and also in order from in the upcoming lessons to check whether if I get if I'm getting better or still I'm in need to more. But this is not will be the end if I'm getting better, but I want to continue with you for a
Mm-hmm.
long time. So just keep this in mind, please.
Mm-hmm.
And the second batch, I would, as I told you, that I will increase it to have 20 sessions.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the Western Union will not take just the charging; they will charge me,
Mm-hmm.
you, because you take it the 200 without any charging,
Yeah.
as far as I know.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I think
So
Western Union is a better way than a
better
bank
way,
transfer.
yes. And it's also now they are spreading their offices in my country,
Mm-hmm.
and that would be easy for me also, rather going to the bank and charging me about $60 or $70.
Mm-hmm.
So better to send it by
Western Union.
through
Mm-hmm.
Western Union.
Mm-hmm.
So that's fine with you,
Yes, sure, that would be
Vicky?
great. Thank you, that would be great. So, can you
My
see?
first is,
Mm-hmm.
why do you now I want to because I want also to hear from you, because
Mm-hmm.
if I heard from you, so maybe I can not be, but for sure I will improve my speaking skills.
Mm-hmm.
I want to, when you speak with me, please try to speak me slowly, not
Ah,
very much,
yes,
but so
sure.
so quickly, so please, because I
Okay.
want to focus on what your way to speak English.
Mm-hmm.
And I will ask you now, tell me about yourself, and why do you? And this is your main job as English tutor. So this is my question. Second question.
Mm-hmm.
So it is over to you now, please.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, I'm originally from Australia. When I was young, about 5 to 8 years old, I lived in Spain, in Benidorm.
Mhm.
Then I studied in Germany, in Munich. I received Master of International Economic Law. Then I returned to Australia, spent some time in Australia. I received there a Bachelor of or Master of International Relations, and then I returned to Spain, to the Canary Islands, to
Mhm.
Tenerife. There I worked in government. I was an English teacher for people from Latin America who came to Tenerife, and they were very poor. And it was a
Mhm.
special government program to help them, like from Venezuela, to help them adopt in Tenerife and to work in hotels or in the restaurants, and they needed English for this purpose. So I had a course for 3 months, and
Mhm.
they in these 3 months they learned English 5 hours every day. We were
Oh.
practicing it so that at the end of these 3 months they could find some job, because of course it's very hard to find a job if you don't know English.
This
And
is in Australia, Sydney.
can you repeat the question?
So this is in Australia, in Sydney.
It
Did you
was
say?
in Tenerife, in Spain.
In Spain?
Yes, it
But
was
why didn't
later.
you learn them English? Why you didn't learn them Spanish?
Because Spanish is their first language. So in Spain, and
Uh,
I learned Spanish already in Spain. So when I was in Australia, I didn't know Spanish language. I went to Tenerife to receive my PhD, because the
mhm,
price for the education in Australia is very very high. To receive a PhD, you need to pay about $40,000, and
mhm.
in Spain it costs about $200 per year. So the
Wow.
difference is very very high. Yes, because in Spain government is a sponsor of these educational programs. So I've decided to receive my PhD in education in Spain, in the Canary Islands.
Mhm,
And I began to give English lessons since I'm 18 years old, because in Australia there were some students, some of my friends for whom English was as a second language, and I helped them. We were practicing it, and the same in Spain and in Germany. Everywhere I found people who told me that they want to take English lessons, and first it was offline, and then when internet became more popular, I began to do it online. I even tried to open my own website, but later I closed it because it's very hard to pay for the advertisements so that everyone could see your website. So you should spend about 1,000 euro every month. So it's easier to publish information that you are a tutor on some other big international platforms, or just
mhm.
write it in internet. And then I went to Finland for winter. I learned their snowboarding. I enjoy very much snow because it's very unusual to see a lot of snow and cold. I lived in Lapland. It's in the very very north of the Finland, and
Yes.
it was very great, very beautiful. But there in the house that I ran, there was a fireplace, and it looked like I lived in the house of Santa Claus. So I enjoyed it a lot. But my aim is to travel around the world. My plan is to visit Morocco, or to visit some other countries where I have never been. And English is my, how to say, maybe it's my um, passion, because my main I receive money from cryptocurrency, So maybe
Mhm.
you've heard Bitcoin. So I'm kind of an investor, and I can't just watch TV all day long and so on. So I want to learn and to do something positive in my life. I want to help people, and so I've decided that being an English teacher is a good way to, because there are a lot of people who live in their countries and the political situation there is not good, like Ukraine, for
Exactly.
example. I have some students from Ukraine and they are trying to learn English in order to go to other country and to receive some jobs there, because everywhere where you go, it doesn't matter France or Switzerland or I don't know, Portugal, everywhere people speak English because English is the first international language. So there is no need in learning Portugal because maybe next year you will be invited to some other country. So it's better to learn English and to practice English. I have students from different countries. Usually, I have 3 or 4 hours every day, and people come to me who want to prepare to job interview. Some of them want to prepare to the international exams. Some students just want to practice English because they are traveling and they want to rent an apartment, to I don't know, to buy a house, to buy some products when they are abroad. And some people want to enter the university, and also I have some children from 7 or 8 years, like they are
Mhm.
from China, and they speak English better than their own language. So their parents do so that they learn English more than they learn Chinese. So they can speak English fluently, but they can't speak Chinese. It sounds weird, but it's so. So I
Mhm.
think that
Mhm.
English is a very interesting language, and I also speak German, Spanish, and I would like to learn Chinese. And I think maybe a few words, not a lot, but a few words.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
I think that Moroccan language is very interesting language. Like
Okay, yes.
it's called Amazigh language, is if
Amazigh, yes, Amazigh,
Amazigh,
yes.
if I'm not mistaken, because I read on internet that all of the people came from Morocco in the world. So I like to read alternative history and so on. So I think it's very interesting and funny, so to say. All
So
right.
as I yes,
Mhm.
sorry. Go ahead. Go on. Yes, please.
So I like to read about culture. Sometimes I like to read about politics, but just to say that all the politicians are bad, and I always tell my students that they should leave their country and find a better place for living. And I think that maybe the best way is to live on a ferry that travels around the world, and
To leave what? Sorry. To leave what?
on the
Sorry.
ferry, on the boat, ferry.
On the boat. Yes.
Yes, it's like,
Boat.
yes, on the boat, but like a yacht.
Yacht. Yes, I know
Yes,
yacht.
a
Yes.
yacht or some very big uh, ferries. They have 5 or 6 floors, where
Oh,
there
yes.
is a
This is the biggest one.
swimming
Yes.
pool, and they
Bigger
have
than yacht. Mm.
cinema. So they have everything there.
Small city. Like a small city.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's right. Like,
Mm.
and I think that would be the best way. It's my dream to live on the
Mhm.
ferry and
Mhm.
to travel around the world, because every week or every month you visit a new country, and
Mhm.
every evening you can see new places and you can meet new people, and I think it's very cool, but it costs a lot. I saw that to rent
So,
an apartment in such a fair it costs about $10,000 per month. So
per
it's
month.
it's a
Mhm.
very high price, and
Yes.
but maybe one day when I will be 60 years old I will save some money and I'll afford it. So, and
Okay,
what
that's it.
about your interests? What do you like?
I want before I answer your question, but what I
Mm-hmm.
understand it from you now, it
Mm-hmm.
is the main job or main current job for you now is teaching English. Not other. You don't have any other job.
Now, I don't work, I have a passive income. So, my passive income is
Pace
investing.
or income? Can you
Yes,
write it this to me, please?
passive income.
Yes. What is this?
You can search in,
What's the
try
phrase?
try to find in Google Translator in
Okay, fine. Give it to me, and then I will.
investments. You can do it right now. So passive income, it means that I receive money from
Mhm.
some investments, like giving something for rent. It's a passive income. So passive, it means that it's not active, that you don't need to go for a work from every day, 8 hours every day. So passive,
Yeah.
you can buy shares of Apple or Google and
Yeah.
receive 5 or 10% every year. It's all passive income. Or you can put money in the bank and
Mhm.
receive something. So I invested in some
Interest. Mhm.
cryptocurrency projects, and
Mhm.
when the price goes up, I sell it. When the price goes down, I buy it. And on this difference, I earn money. And
You
also,
can. Mhm.
yes, and second is that I give English lessons, but I don't work in any uh, official job where I need to go every day 8 hours, because I think that people should enjoy their life, and we should go to the beach, or maybe lie in the sun, eat, sleep, watch movies. So just relax and
This is like in the dreams for me. Yes.
there are some people who like to work, like maybe some surgeons or people who work
Yes.
in medicine. They enjoy working 20 hours every day, but I think it's better just to relax and do nothing.
Exactly. Exactly. I agree with you. I wish you enjoyable life.
Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you. So tell me about your
uh,
hobbies.
Sorry. Say again.
What are your hobbies? What do you like to do when you have free time?
When I have free time, usually I yes every day, because you know that I live in Iraq,
Mm-hmm.
and you know that Iraq, it is very difficult country in terms of the politics, in terms of the security situation, and also now economic situation. It is not good also because of the you know that Iraq is totally depends on oil revenues,
Mm-hmm.
and you know that the fluctuation in the prices of oil, it is now less than the ambitious for the government to you look like to develop,
Mm-hmm.
or for the develop, or can use this revenue for investments, for development, sustainable development. What we talk, yeah, this is, you know that in order to achieve a growth in the economy,
Mm-hmm.
so you have to have multiple revenues, not just depending on the oil. You have to depend on the industries, depend on agriculture, on the homemade products that you can export it. You can yes take advantage from the this other types of revenues.
Mm-hmm. Maybe
So
technology.
um, sorry.
Maybe even technology. Like some.
Technology, that's difficult for Iraq. You know that because of the education. Unfortunately, the technology, it is not a priority. The government failed to develop the education, to encourage the students, or encourage the young people, or the private sector to focus on the technologies, like other countries who are now I'm talking about the sophisticated countries.
Mm-hmm.
So more developed countries like many in EU countries, or South Korea, or China, US. So you know that that's because of the education here and the public policy. It is not mature enough to build out to what we can say to prepare the next generation for creating or innovation, or for inventing something it is related to the technology. So unfortunately, this is not, or I'm so sorry to tell you that it is not a priority for the government here in my country. And even in most Arab countries, not just Iraq. If you go to the most of Arab countries, in terms of technologies, unfortunately, we are consuming countries. We are not
Producing.
inventing, or inventing technologies. So we are creating technologies. So therefore, that now there is an invasion of technologies from those countries that I mentioned earlier, South Korea, China, US, and other countries. So to our market, therefore, that it is useless for our countries to develop their own products or technologies. So therefore, this is strategically, as I see, it is not good for the next generation, because you know that technologies is the most area or most field in the world, most developed area
Mm-hmm.
or field. And yes, so you can say it is not allowed for other countries to compete those countries. Also, this is one of the main obstruction, not just the education I told you
Mm-hmm.
about my country, but also for those countries usually to register their invent, if I say it correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, for their own. So now it is the competition. It is so difficult with those countries.
Mm-hmm. You can say inventions.
Yeah.
So to invent, and noun is an invention. And
Invention.
tell me more about your job. What do you usually do in your job? How long have you been working here?
Vicky, for me, you know that it is a private sector.
Ah,
I'm free also.
mm-hmm.
Today, I'm working with as a contractor with the UN. But my job, which is with this is the thing that usually, oh, this is the thing I have started first in my career, to
Mm-hmm.
work in a trading company, an engineering company, as
Mm-hmm.
a sales engineer.
Mm-hmm.
So I have been working with
Mm-hmm.
an engineering company. I was a sales engineer, and I was a focal point for instrument. You know about the instrument, which is the sensors, something it is used for the control systems,
Mm-hmm.
and highly used by the refineries, by power plants. I started as sales engineer. Then I established my own my company, but unfortunately, I have not got any opportunity or business, real business so far. So therefore, I went to work for the international organizations,
Mm-hmm.
many international organizations, UN and others, in order to earn my or to yes to for earning or to earn my money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
if that's correct.
yeah, to earn
So
money. Or to
to earn
earn
what?
for
Sorry.
living. To earn money or to earn for living.
Yes, to earn for living. That's
hmm
good. Yes.
And
For so
mhm.
yeah.
Why is it
But I'm still
hard?
I'm waiting for that opportunity. I'm still struggling.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, to have a business. So maybe in the future you can hear about my name, like a businessman, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe I can invite you someday to see, like, because I like to go to Dubai. To Dubai in
Yes,
UAE?
sure. It's a very
Yes,
beautiful place with a lot of rich people and beautiful
yes,
cars.
exactly. Exactly, very rich people they live there, because also here in my country I know many businessmen, Iraqi businessmen.
Mm-hmm.
They have branches for their companies based in Dubai,
Mm-hmm.
because Dubai it is like a business center in the region.
Mm-hmm.
So you can make business and you can earn a lot of money because of the contacts with with other companies, international companies. So you can easily for you to make a business there, and you know that you can broke between the uh, businessmen in my country and other international businessmen or other international companies. So even that another way to earn money.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
And have you ever thought about living in Dubai? Or you like to live in your country?
I like. For me, you know that culturally in Middle East, the people there in the Middle East are emotional and socialized. So for quality of life, for sure, Dubai. I prefer Dubai to live in Dubai rather in my country. But for because of my family here
Mm-hmm.
and many friends of mine live in my country, so I cannot leave my country for a long time. Maybe I can divide my time between Iraq and UAE or in Amman, Jordan. So, but in Dubai, it is impossible for you, and even for me, I'm from Middle East, to go to Dubai during summer, because summer in Dubai it is like a hell. So you have
Mm-hmm.
not to approach Dubai during summer season.
Mm-hmm.
Only time which is you can like the best time for everyone to go to Dubai during December. December, it is very, very wonderful weather. You can see it in Dubai.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
But
yes,
then the
in my
prices are higher if the season is.
sure. Dubai, but you can go to Sharjah or to Abu Dhabi, so you can find cheapest than or cheaper than Dubai in terms of the hiring
Mm-hmm.
apartments, or what you can say,
Mm-hmm.
renting,
Mm-hmm.
renting, renting.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Renting apartments.
renting
Mm-hmm.
apartments, and for sure that prices are same, I think, for the foods and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, but this is in the future. Maybe anyway, if I'm succeeded to have a business, I'm now very good. I earned good money, just enough for me and for my family, and I'm not suffering from anything.
Mm-hmm.
Alhamdulillah, thanks God. Alhamdulillah
Mm-hmm.
in Arabic, in English, thanks God. So yes, this is about me.
And what about your
And
parents? What were they doing when they were young?
Sorry, say again.
Yes, what did your parents do when they were young? So when they were 20 or 30 years old, what did they do?
My father is a professor in the university.
Mm-hmm.
He now is retired, and even my mother, she was an English teacher.
Oh, nice.
Anyway, yes, but fortunately, I'm not used here very much
Mm-hmm.
because I hate English when I was young. Because it is very difficult topic for us in the secondary school, because we learned one of the main books to learn in English was one of the Shakespeare's novel,
Mm-hmm.
which is so difficult, and even the words used in this novel, it is not any long used now by the English people themselves. So it is very old language. It is not most of the vocabularies are not used now. So this is why I hate and very much focusing on the grammar more than the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So this is why I felt, oh, I'm not, yes, took advantage from this from learning English during my secondary school, and now I'm 40 years old. I'm now looking for somebody to improve my speaking skills.
Mm-hmm. And do you have
So
children?
this is the basis why English, it is
Mm-hmm.
so bad. English, learning English in my country is so bad because of they are not. But now, for the time being, now they improved the materials and what the curricula. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
curricula
Mm-hmm.
in the schools to be more focusing on the conversation, and to, yes, to learn them more vocabularies and how to use it when you make a conversation with your colleague or with their or the English speaking or English speakers. Yes,
Mm-hmm. And do you have children? Can they
yes,
speak
I have.
English?
I have three daughters, small
Mm-hmm.
daughters.
Do they
Yes.
do they learn English?
They learn English, but no, just the elder or the oldest,
Mm-hmm.
not oldest, what you call elder,
Mm-hmm.
not elder.
Elder, it
What?
means more old than others, and the oldest, it means that she's the oldest. So all other children have less years.
So I can say the oldest,
Hmm. The
that my
oldest.
old or eld,
The oldest.
the oldest, which is
Hmm.
the bigger one. I
Hmm.
mean,
Hmm.
so she's learning now English and French. Now
Hmm.
they, yes, because the school that she now she's studying,
Hmm.
it is for the talented
Talented.
students,
Hmm.
the smart students. So she passed an examination, hard examination, and she passed and she succeeded. Then she's now in this school. So she's learning now English and French. The
Hmm.
second one still it is in the primary school,
Hmm.
and the middle one, yes, her English is better than the oldest.
Why?
So yes, because they improved now more the curricula, English curricula,
Curriculum.
and I think that
Curriculum.
it's very promising for her and for her sister
Hmm.
to be better in English, better than me.
Hmm.
And for the third one, still it is in the kindergarten.
Hmm.
So she's learning English from the YouTube. From
That's nice, and maybe
yes,
some video games.
video games. Yes, exactly. So
And
yes,
do you
yes, this
talk
is
English with
about
your
my
daughters? Do you practice English with your daughters? So at home, like, do you want a tea? What time is it? Or please switch on another
exactly.
channel.
Exactly. Yes. Sometimes, yes. I'm practicing English also to check their language, whether it is getting improved or getting better. So yes, because the English in my country is the future, and
Mm-hmm.
everything now is going to make our, that even for many young people here in my country started to start or to study English.
Mm-hmm.
Many institutes now opened in my country, in my city.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, because that they found those institutes or these projects very profitable, because of many people they are now going to learn English in their free time
Mm-hmm.
during summer holidays, because we have now in Iraq 3 months summer holiday.
Mm-hmm.
So they yes take advantage of this time to learn English. Many institutes now started to be opened in order to, and it is profitable business. Yes. So yes, for sure, I think that maybe somebody like me, they found their English teacher via Skype or Facebook. Yes. So now, because we are not very much depending on the schools or university to improve our English, still the curriculum needs to be improved more and more. But the institutes or the English teacher, I mean the English teacher who is not Arabic, he cannot speak Arabic.
Mm-hmm.
Those people who are the best that you can learn from them or you can take from them the English language. Because if you know Arabic, then maybe half of your time
Yeah, you
you
will
speak
explain.
Arabic, and
Yeah,
yes.
that's right. And have they told you what they want to do in the future? So, do they want to be like a YouTube blogger, or they want to be a dentist or an engineer? So, what your
Well,
daughters want to do in the future?
it is not clear for sure. We are looking for the best thing for them as a parents, for
Mm-hmm.
me and my wife. But you know that it is premature still for my oldest daughter. She's still in the first secondary school and
Mm-hmm.
first class in secondary school, and still she has 5 years to be graduated from the high school, and then we can decide for her, because but she is looking to be a doctor,
Mm-hmm.
and I will help her as much as I can. So this is the future for it is now, but I think, but after 5 years, maybe something else. She can decide to go to a college. She maybe prefer it rather than what she decided now to go to the medical yes college.
Mm-hmm.
So it is premature. It is premature.
Mm-hmm. When I ask Chinese children what they want to do in the future, they all say that they want to be programmers, like to work,
Progress.
yeah,
Yes.
programmers, to work on the
So,
computer,
eh,
to be hackers, because nowadays a lot of information in internet that some hacker stole $1 billion, or I don't know, $10 billion, and children, of course, they see, they listen to it, and they say like, I want to do the same. And when I ask them like how much they want to earn, they say like, I think $30,000 per month, that would be enough.
in
So
the
that's.
UK, they identified cyber security. It is most important priority,
Mm-hmm.
and hacking from Chinese is a big threat to the UK. So now I'm now connecting between those kids or dangerous kids with the threats that identified by the UK. So, but this give you an indication how they are interested in the programming, and something that I think that in their yes, education, when they educate their their kids, or the current generation. So I think that they directed them to the right way, technologies, software, something like this. This is
Mm-hmm.
why how the China becomes now. So that's good also for you, that you are now connected with many people around the world to, yes, to maybe to learn from them, their cultures, their what they are thinking about. So
Mm-hmm.
rather than going to each country because it is so costly for you.
And what about your wife? Does she speak English?
A little, very, because she's physician.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, also like me, because this is for our generation. Like in my, oh, we are in the same age. We are not very much good in English,
Mm-hmm.
and because of the curricula, it wasn't good during the secondary school, primary, secondary, and even the university. So we graduated from the university, and our English is so bad, was so bad. And but she's now a physics teacher in a
Mm-hmm.
school,
Mm-hmm.
and because of my oldest daughter, she is learning, how she is getting physics, biology, mathematics, and what other things? Yes, in English. So she is now also she is studying with her in order to yes, to learn her physics. Yes, or to help her in understand her homework.
Mm-hmm. And in what country do you want your children to live? In the UK, or where do you think is the best place for your daughters?
It's difficult, Vicky. It is difficult now to decide, because you know that everything is, or everything depends on the money you have. So as much as you have money, then, because you know that in our, we here in my country, we have a culture. We are very conservative
Mm-hmm.
in terms of protecting our women, daughters. Yes, you know that values in EU countries, it is not like values in the in the Eastern
Mm-hmm.
countries. Western is not like in the Eastern. You know that the differences between values of both nations.
Mm-hmm.
So it is not easy for our daughters to live in the UK, because you know that it is so open, and it is everything. It is there free.
I have
So
heard, sorry, I've heard that in some English, maybe it was in Birmingham, I don't remember. So in one English town at school, teachers explained to students that a family can consist of mother number one and no parent number one and parent number two, and no matter if they are women or they are men. And a lot of parents came to school and they told that teachers should not explain to their children who are like 10 or 8 years old that the
mhm.
family can consist of two mothers or two fathers. And I think that in England it's a very hard question that they are trying to show that. They are for gays and for everything
Yes,
connected with it. So I think it's hard for children, if they are not planning to live in a family with two moms or two dads, to live in such a
yes,
country. So it's good to visit it for 1 or 2 days to see some interesting, beautiful places, but maybe not more.
yes, for sure. I have to have this in the future, but I have to be with them, not to go, not to leave them to go alone.
Yeah. So, thank you very much for today. I'll
Thank you for
upload
today.
this 6 minute English, and please go through the links I've sent you in our chat.
Okay, great.
It's a website ted.com. Here you can find different videos on different
Mm,
topics, and they are with subtitles. So
great.
maybe later you can watch it. All
Okay,
right, and I
just one
wrote it some.
final question,
Mm-hmm.
please, before
Yes, sure.
we wrap up.
Mm-hmm.
Have you? Do you have a time in the morning?
Yes, at what morning for you? What time is it? Because some people say like at 4 o'clock or at 6 o'clock in the morning. Of course, this time is too early.
No, 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 not that. So no. I think about yeah, because the difference in time between me and you, it is 1 hour, just one
Yeah,
hour.
1 hour is
So
not so much.
yes. So anyway, so I will send it to you in advance. If you are happy with this time in the morning, then if not, then we can keep it at 10 p.m. In the evening.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Okay.
sure. All right. So thank you very
Thank
much,
you
and write
very much.
me
Thank you
down
very much.
about the next lesson. Thank you. Have a nice evening.
Have a nice evening. Thank you
Bye.
very much.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye. 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 Bye.